There's a planet out there, covered in a global ocean of lava, where the temperature on the surface would melt you instantly. Scientists looked at it and said, "There's no way this thing has an atmosphere. It's too small, it's too hot, it's too old." But then they pointed the most powerful space telescope ever built at it, and what they found completely broke the rules. This is TOI 561b. It sits 280 light-years from Earth, locked into one of the tightest orbits we've ever seen. This planet completes a full year, a full trip around its star, in just 10.5 hours. That's less than half a day on Earth, and it orbits at 1/40th the distance between Mercury and our Sun, so close that one side of the planet permanently faces the star. Forever baking, forever burning. The day side is a nightmare. Rock melts here. Magma stretches from horizon to horizon like an endless fiery sea. And here's the thing. This planet is about twice the mass of Earth, but it's incredibly light for its size, way lighter than it should be. Scientists noticed that right away, and it made them suspicious. So in late 2025, a team of astronomers decided to get a closer look. They turned NASA's James Webb Space Telescope, the most powerful telescope humanity has ever built, directly at TOI 561b, and they asked one simple question: does this planet have an atmosphere? On paper, the answer should have been no. Here's why. Every rule we know says that planets this small, this close to their star, and this old, TOI 561b's star, is 10 billion years old, twice as old as our Sun, should have had their atmospheres completely stripped away billions of years ago. The radiation from the star is so intense, it should have ripped any atmosphere apart, atom by atom, over thousands of millions of years. So everyone expected a bare rock, a dead world, nothing but molten stone baking in the dark. Webb used an instrument called NIRSPEC to measure the planet's temperature. The method is actually pretty clever. It watches how much light dims when the planet passes behind its star. If you know the star in the distance, you can calculate exactly how hot the planet should be. A bare rock at that distance? It should hit around 4,900 degrees Fahrenheit. That's the number. That's what the math says. But TOI 561b measured only 3,200 degrees Fahrenheit. That's 1,700 degrees cooler than expected. The team went through explanation after explanation, trying to figure out what was going on. Could the magma ocean be moving heat around? Maybe a little, but not enough. Could there be a thin layer of rock vapor sitting above the surface? Possibly. But that wouldn't cool things down this much either. They tested every idea they had, and one by one they eliminated them all, until only one possibility was left. This planet has a thick atmosphere, a real one, against every single thing we thought we knew. So now comes the real mystery. If the star's radiation should have destroyed this atmosphere billions of years ago, how is it still there? The scientists think they've cracked it, and the answer is the magma ocean itself. Here's what they believe is happening. The planet's surface isn't just sitting there quietly melting. It's constantly interacting with the atmosphere above it. Gases are rising out of the magma, feeding the atmosphere from below. At the same time, some of those gases are being pulled back down into the molten rock. A constant cycle, a never-ending exchange between the surface and the sky. Lead researcher Tim Lichtenberg put it perfectly. He said this planet is, quote, really like a wet lava ball. It's not dry. It's soaked in volatile chemicals. Things like water and other compounds that are constantly being released and recaptured by the magma. The atmosphere isn't surviving despite the radiation. It's being rebuilt over and over again by the planet itself. This discovery isn't just about one weird planet. It rewrites what we thought was possible. For years, astronomers assumed that only big planets, gas giants, could hold on to atmospheres when they orbit this close to a star. Small, rocky worlds? They were supposed to be dead, bare, lifeless rocks. But TOI 561b just proved that wrong. If a planet this small, this hot, and this old can somehow keep a thick atmosphere, then there could be countless other rocky planets out there doing the exact same thing. Planets we've already dismissed as dead worlds might actually be wrapped in atmospheres we never thought to look for. And atmospheres matter, because as far as we know, an atmosphere is one of the key ingredients for life. TOI 561b, a planet covered in lava, blasted by radiation for 10 billion years, and still holding on, still breathing. The universe just showed us that survival out there doesn't always follow the rules we wrote, and that means there's a lot more out there than we ever imagined. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe for more.